I'm Dr. Kalen Hammann. I'm a relating coach based in Largo, Florida. And I'm here to tell you that if you're not sure you and your partner need a relating coach, well, you're right. You probably don't. There are plenty of relationships that are just fine, where the people never met up with a coach. But you might want a relating coach. Here's why. If your relationship is not the way you want it to be, you've probably already tried just about everything you can think of. You may have read some books. You may even have gone to couple therapy or couple counseling. And nothing you've done has worked the way you wanted it to, or you wouldn't be watching this video. And I can tell you why it didn't work the way you wanted it to. Here's the problem. When people write books or try to work out stuff on their own, or even do therapy or couple counseling, they're all doing stuff that seems like it ought to help. Things they think will make things better. But up until recently, we've just been shooting in the dark. It's all been guesswork. It's all been theory. It seems like it ought to help if you could work out your childhood traumas and heal your childhood wounds. It could help you have a better relationship now. But therapy can go on forever and make very little difference in your current level of relationships. A lot of the stuff that you read about in books seems like it ought to help, but then when you try to apply it, you may find it's a lot more difficult to do in real life than you thought it was going to be. And some of it just doesn't work for you. Going to couple counseling and trying to resolve all your couple issues can actually make things worse than they were before. You may find yourself feeling like your relationship is worse and worse and worse instead of better and better and better. As you find more and more and more things to fight about and more things to try to resolve, the list gets longer instead of shorter. You may know people who've been to couple counseling or couple therapy and feel like they ended up worse off than they were to begin with. Unfortunately, it happens. And that's one of the major reasons why. Too much focus on the problems in the relationship. My approach is different. I've looked into the research on real people, real couples. And what I've discovered is fascinating. There are researchers who can tell just by watching a couple for a few minutes, asking them a couple of questions, which people are going to end up divorced and which other people who look pretty similar in some ways are going to end up happily married, and which people who also look similar are going to end up married or together but very unhappy. How do they do it? It turns out, based on longitudinal research, the researchers have discovered that the successful couples simply do a few simple things that the unsuccessful couples don't do. Now that we know that, I can help you and your partner learn how to do those successful things. Once you know what they are, you can try to learn how to do them on your own. But there's a reason that every successful team has a coach. A coach can help you build your skills a whole lot faster than you could on your own. A coach can usually help you get to a higher level of success than you probably could get to on your own. And the reason is that a coach can also help you identify your bad habits, the things you're not even aware of doing that are getting in your way, and help you replace them with habits that work for you. When it comes to relating, that means the kind of relationship you've always really wanted, a whole lot faster than you may now believe is possible. That's why you might want a relating coach, even if you don't need one. If all this makes sense to you, why not give me a call? We'll talk for a few minutes. I'll give you a suggestion or two. And at that point, you'll be in a far better position to know whether you want a relating coach, even if you don't really need one. I look forward to talking with you.